G'day there. The cleanup is possibly the worst part of the trip, but that's my task today, and it has to be done. But anyway, before I do that, I want you to picture this. You're off on a holiday, maybe a weekend, maybe a week, 4 weeks, 12 months, whatever. You're tripping around in your little soft-roader, your lithium firecrackers, which you've got packed into your overloaded canopy that are running your chai latte, almond milk making coffee machine, go off, burn your rig to the ground. That is a disaster. How are you going to get your coffee? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make a bush coffee, I guess, based on the traditional American cowboy or cookie making way of making coffee. Now fortunately, when your rig burnt to the ground, which I hope never happens to anyone by the way, you're able to save a few items. So some things that you managed to save or didn't get burned to the ground are your quart pot, hobo stove, coffee, sugar if you take it, and I'm going to do this one with powdered milk just as an experiment, and obviously a spoon you managed to save as well. So of course the first thing you need to do is find some natural running water and fill your quart pot up. Then what you want to do is put a little bit of that cold water in the cup that comes out of the top of the quart pot. Not too much, just a little bit. Then you're going to want to find yourself a natural environment. Get yourself some hobo stove sized firewood. Next you want to get yourself a nice little fire going. Once you got that going, using only your natural bush skills, you want to put your water on. Bring that to the boil. If the wind is giving you trouble like it is here today, just search your natural surroundings for a natural piece of wood for a natural wind block. Don't worry too much about those ants floating around in there, that just helps with the flavour. The wood I'm using today is a little wet because it's been raining, so it might take a little while to get boiling here, but if that's the case, you can just have a little sleep. So as that's coming to the boil now, you can add your coffee. Now, always use ground bean, fresh ground bean coffee. You want to whack a fair bit of that in there. It's proportionate to how much water you got. Give it a bit of a stir so it all sinks in there. And you want to brew that up nicely. The good thing about these little hobo stoves is that they generate a lot of concentrated heat with very little fuel, but they can be a bit of a challenge on windy days like today and with the wet conditions. But we're getting there. So we've got some nice boiling action going there, so just let that brew for a bit. And you kind of want to brew that until all those coffee granules have sunk to the bottom. Look at that. Okay, so once it's been brewing for a while and all those coffee grounds have sunk to the bottom, you can take it. Yeah, as I was saying, once you're satisfied with how long it's been brewing and the coffee grounds have sunk, you can take it off the heat. Now traditionally, in the world of cowboys, the cookies would normally keep this on the heat, a low heat, and it would be in a big huge pot when the cowboys come in for their feed or food or whatever they call it over there, there'd be a big pot of coffee ready for them to go anytime they want it. Now at this point, what you want to do is pour a little bit of cold water around the rim. What that does is it draws down any remaining coffee beans or ground coffee that's sitting around the edge there that you don't really want any drink. It's a bit tricky to do this. You don't want too much. Yeah, it didn't really do a good job of it, but that takes all the grains of coffee down to the bottom, apparently, and then that cold water can go away. So at this stage, what you want to do is pour that into your cup. Now I'm going to probably pour about half a cup in. See, there's no coffee grounds going in there. Go about there. You can put that back on a low heat and keep that warm if you want another coffee. Now is a good time if you take sugar. Put the sugar in. So I've got some natural sugar here in a natural container that I found in the bush. It's actually coconut sugar because it's much healthier for you. I do take sugar. I put one in there because it's a big cup and it's going to get a little bit more than one. I'm going to stir that in. If you're a black coffee drinker, you're done. I'm not a black coffee drinker, so I'm going to put some milk in there, but because we're out in the bush, middle of nowhere, the car's burnt to the ground with my coffee machine and lithium batteries in it, I'm going to have a crack at using powdered milk. And the interesting thing about powdered milk is that I don't think a lot of people realise it's nearly a 50-50 mix, water and powder. And my mum used to make it with like 1 tablespoon. It was like, bleh. But anyway, let's see how this goes, eh? Just wipe that off. Just one moment. So I've got half a cup there. I'm going to probably, I don't know, I think it's a big lump. Just keep filling it up till it's nearly near the top. Now, when I say it's nearly 50-50, that's 50 powder, not 50 mixed. So you kind of want to judge that a little. I'm thinking that's probably enough. By my bush calculations. Move that to the side. Just a bit of a mix. It's looking a bit weak there. Might have put too much milk in it, but anyway, I like a milky coffee. To the side. Now for the test. It's actually not too bad. Surprisingly, I was hoping to be able to do this whole spit it out gag and go get a real coffee, but that's pretty good. It's a good solution. Actually, it's really good. Good solution for a coffee when you're out in the bush. Cheers. Thanks for watching.